What inspired me to doing Cannatrends? Watch part 2 of my inspirational videos. Hi folks, and welcome to inspirational video number 2. In video number 1 I have talked about my inspiration why I am doing in Cannatrends and how the story started when I was a kid until my ages to school. And this is video number 2 of the whole story, so watch video number 1 first to understand my whole inspiration and motivation behind Cannatrends. And now let's talk about the story when I was in school and how the story and inspiration continues. I personally found that going to school was very boring when I was a teenager. Mostly when I was a teenager I was hanging around and watching movies and TV and not liking to go to school, but liking to go to bars and pubs and smoking a lot of cigarettes and drinking a lot of beer. Well, this was my, I would say, teenager's time. But the good thing was that, of course, I got in touch the first time with marijuana. And in the 90s in Europe, it was much more harder to get some weed than today, and you didn't got any weed. Normally we got this Moroccan hashish, which is sold here as European street hashish. And the best thing, of course, was to try drugs when I was a teenager. But the truth is that I never liked hashish or cannabis, and the point was when I smoked marijuana, I smoked it when I was drunken. And the point is that if you consume marijuana while consuming alcohol, it makes the effect of alcohol and even the effect of marijuana versa. So alcohol and marijuana, they don't like each other. And so when I was a teenager I mixed all these things together and tried it, but noticed quite fast that cannabis isn't that stuff I really liked. But the point was, it was a misunderstanding because I mixed it with alcohol, but I will need more than 25 years, no, it was less, it would be maybe 15 years to understand that alcohol and hashish isn't the best solution. Well, this was my first touch with cannabis. The touch wasn't so intensive, so I have seen it, I accepted it, but I didn't use it as well. I didn't use other drugs. At the end, by 18, I was a person who completely accepted the drug prohibition, and from my personal point of view, the drug prohibition was also okay. So I had two big misunderstandings in my life. The first big misunderstanding was that marijuana and alcohol, they don't love each other, so they cannot be combined. And the second misunderstanding of my life was that drugs are addictive and very dangerous, so keep away your hands of drugs. Yeah, and after school the question was what's next and what do I do now? And I slightly found back to my inspiration of nature, and instead of studying economics I decided with 20 to study naturopathy or natural healing, or you can also call it homeopathy because it is homeopathy. And I started with 20 to learn more about alternative medicine, about holistic medicine, and about the natural plants, of course. And then I went to Berlin where I studied naturopathy, and cannabis, for example, was also one topic during my education. So we have learned also about cannabis as a homeopathic remedy, which can be used for persons who are lazy and distracted and not making any shift in their life. So that's the classical view of a stoner. But I have forgotten to tell my inspiration or motivation to do this education as a naturopath. The inspiration was to understand nature and of course also to have my own alternative practice and help people to improve their health and to be healthier. And so I made my education there, the degrees and the licenses I need to do so. And after my college, I would say it was some kind of college, I opened my own homeopathic and alternative practice, where I was inspired by nature to help other people, and to do something good. The only point was, this was my first, I would say, a business I was running, and it was also the first education I had, which I really enjoyed and which fulfilled me quite a lot. But the point was that I haven't had the understanding of economy and finance and marketing. So I was running a practice, and the practice was okay, but I was missing something, but I wasn't sure what kind of things I was missing. But the interesting point is that when I got 30, I wanted to make some bigger step and some move in my life. So I was kind of exhausted of holistic medicine, and I was also kind of I would like to learn new things. And when I got 30, I made a switch in my life and a step forward to fill the gap of the things I wanted to learn and I haven't learned till 30. And when I got 30, I made a change in my life, a switch in my life, and and that's the topic for the next video, because I will stop my talk here now. And I would like to ask you, what inspired you when you went to school? So what was your motivation when you went to school for your life? What inspired you during this time to do something new after school? And that's for today, folks. Please comment this video, give it also a like, and of course subscribe for this channel if you're interested in cannabis trends. This video now is a personal talk I'm giving, but I will follow with new topics on cannabis, so stay tuned.